of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Mike.
Mr. Zach Beaver.
Present.
Mr. Tim Clayton.
Present.
Mr. David Anderson.
Here.
Ms. Amy Blaker.
Present.
Mr. John Grunski.
Here.
Mr. Nick Bellarn.
Here.
Mr. Robert Berg.
Here.
Mr. Tony Clark.
Here.
Mr. Michael Duffy.
Here.
Mr. Sean Finney.
Here.
Mr. David Austin.
Present.
And I am Michael Lambert. Good evening.
Thank you, Michael. All right, first up we have public comment. Anybody wishing to speak on an agenda item? If you would mind, just go up and say your name and address for the record and then ask you.
Down until later?
What?
Or now? You doing it now?
Yeah, you can do it now. I mean, there's an opportunity later if you wanted to do it.
Oh, I'll wait till, I think later.
Okay. It's up to you because then you have to wait for the rest of the meeting. So I don't want to.
I'm fine.
Okay, sounds good.
Meeting hours.
There you go.
Take it all in.
Perfect. Yeah, glad you're here. Thank you. All right, citizens requesting placement on the agenda not related to agenda items. If it's entirely up to you. Please, go ahead. Just
Let's see. You're on the air, remember, WKRP.
the crowd is going to cheer you on at this point.
Okay, I've done a couple of these before, so do I have to get my address here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my name is Jill McNamara. My address is 4104 Westover Drive, Crown Point, Indiana, LOFS. Okay, I moved here in 2015. Knew absolutely nothing about this community or the community I moved in. I just needed a bigger house really fast to take my mother in with us. 3 years ago, I had to have an outpatient procedure done at the hospital. I came home and by the next day, I had an unexpected emergency situation which required ambulatory care. No problem there, I called and they came, but recently I was scheduled for that same procedure again. And so this time I thought I better call and give them a heads up because that poor EMS guy said, there's nothing I can do to help you. I'm not trained to deal with this. And actually it was a strange situation. I don't think anybody could have, fixed what was happening. Nonetheless, they got me to the hospital. Well, I am a president and founder of my own nonprofit organization. So a casual part of all of my conversations with anybody that's involved with a nonprofit, like the Lake of Four Seasons Fire Department, how do you get your funding? What do you do? And so that was a conversation that eventually became a little disconcerting, but that's not the focus of why I'm mentioning it right now. So I know it's a fire department, that's a volunteer. All I knew is I get an envelope every year asking me who's in my family, which would tell me how much I should give them for, coming to my assistance. So I had a lot of concerns though after that little bit of conversation I had with the fire chief, which eventually led with a phone call to the new police chief. And I did find out from talking to both of them, both of their departments are understaffed and they're underfunded. Now that did concern me. But I did notice that since I moved here to Winfield, there's been a lot of new development and construction and road changes. And that concerned me too. So first I want to say thank you to everyone who did not approve any more additional residential construction on that 81 acres of land over there on, I think it's Gibson and 117. I just don't see how we can handle that based on some of the research I've done since that conversation with the fire department. I've done a lot actually, but I'm not even going to bring all that up. So I keep notes, so I keep it short. I grew up in Griffith. Anybody who's familiar with Griffith knows they have 3 fire departments. 3. I lived in Maryville, they had 2. I lived in Schererville, they had 4. I think we have, by what I looked, this has the most square footage of everything. We got 1. And they use some other stuff. But they use other companies to help them. So I asked about, and I learned when I felt secure about that fire hydrant across the street from my house, that I told my insurance company that I had to reduce my insurance rate, was not a fire hydrant to put out fires. I just learned that all of the hydrants within the Four Seasons are flushing hydrants, and not one of them can be used to put out a fire, which is why the Lake of Four Seasons has tanker trucks. That was something new to me. So then I asked about the new construction here. Well, do they, I know the new water tower went up and other things have gone up. I said, so at least all the homes outside have fire hydrants. This is when I learned that about between 40, less than 50% of the new constructed homes actually even have fire hydrants available to them. So again, I just want to thank you for not approving any more construction until, and I know, because I'm old, that sometimes funding the safety things in your community isn't your number one priority. But if people find out, because I know my cousins moved out to Winfield several years ago and then they moved right back to Griffin. They were unhappy about something because he used to work for the town. But anyway, if people find out some of these statistics, I don't think I would have moved into the Four Seasons had I known that. Unfortunately, I really like my home now, so I may be staying a little bit longer than anticipated. But that has a lot to say. So I just wanted to make one comment to kind of like sum this up. But I'd like you to, for this community to be viable, and I really want it to be. I do know a lot of people, from my involvement in my nonprofit, but to be recognized as a viable and a growing community, we need to be concerned with its police protection and its fire protection and protecting all those children that are in these new schools. And for that, that's all I wanted to say. Those are my concerns. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for coming, and I'm glad you're doing well, and I'm glad that the fire department was able to take care of it. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate your comments too. I think, the one thing I would offer is over the last few years, the council has been very deliberate about our public safety funding. We recognized a few years ago how far behind we were, in police and fire, and that's been something that is our number one priority. I mean, last year the fire department got a 50% raise in their funding from the town. This year, or into next year, they're going to get a 58% increase. And so we can't fix the past, but we are trying to make sure we're right-sizing as much as we reasonably can, keeping in mind we need to hire more cops, we need to pave more road, we need to add sidewalks. We have a lot of priorities we have to juggle, but public safety is the first and foremost. You'll see that with not only the officers' pay, which we increased, I think it was about 35% from last year to this year. So we're trying to do some of those things to increase public safety. Like you said, it is a balance, figuring out how much money do we have, what do we do. But I appreciate you coming and voicing those concerns. And we're going to try to do our best to make sure as much money is available for public safety, roads, parks, all those kind of things, and we're going to try to divide them evenly. But I agree with you. I mean, we're severely understaffed. Our officers are overworked. The fire department's overworked. So we all agree with you on that.
One thing came to me, if you don't mind me just interject one more thing. Since we are considered one of the newest and youngest communities growing, if there might be some way that we could somehow not have to pay a county tax for a few years. I thought that
The tax thing.
I was at all those county tax meeting opposition things, but yeah, just for a little bit, given our unique situation out here.
The tax thing is very peculiar right now, especially the state legislature recently passed Senate Enrolled Act 1, which does severe damage to a lot of towns' budgets. Not so much we're going to get hit. It's not going to be as bad as some municipalities, but it severely limits some towns in their ability to function. So I don't see that any of that. It's just a high. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it would be nice to get some kind of a reprieve from the legislature or somebody to help us fund town operations. You mentioned the development. One of the things we're doing is forcing developers to chip in. They have to pay a fee, and they have to pay a public safety fee and road fee. I mean, they have to do this kind of stuff, or how do we justify building more houses?
Well, do you charge a developmental fee currently while you're new construction?
There's a negotiation for each project that comes in, and then based on the volume of the project, what the nature of the project is, we'll negotiate those with the developers to figure out what they're going to contribute. So So for example, we had a redevelopment commission meeting earlier tonight. One of the things that we approved was paying for the light at Pike, which we negotiated with the developer for them to contribute some and that we would contribute some. And in other cases, we may contribute nothing. We may require them to carry the whole thing. So it's kind of a give and take based on what, the growth pattern of the town, what our objectives are, and then what the developers and the economy can stomach.
But a developmental fee could be assessed just for police and fire, is my understanding too.
Yeah,
Would implement a developmental fee just for police and fire.
Well, the other piece of it is, maybe. I mean, it's not, the other piece too is, so you live in the Four Seasons, right? So, everything we're talking about won't affect anything that happens over in the Four Seasons, because it's not part of Winfield.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, so when we talk to developers and we do all that stuff, yes, it's, the forefront is police and fire, and to your point about, hey, how do you build new stuff if you're not getting other, funded, so they know when they come in that they gotta pay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're moving to minutes to be approved.
Mr. President, I've read the minutes, and I'd like to make a motion to have the minutes from the executive session meeting of July 22nd and town council meeting of July 22nd for approval.
Second.
We have a motion by Tim and a second by Amy. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. On to special presentation. Chief Byrd?
Thank you. All of us in public safety, police, the fire department, EMS, the units that I call the public safety ecosystem, we always find it a joyous occasion when we can celebrate the hiring of a new police officer, the promotion of an officer, and even the retirement of a police officer. And tonight we get to do all three of those things, and more of that in a minute. This evening I am pleased to announce that Todd Koster has become the first deputy police chief for the town of Winfield. I welcome everyone here tonight, especially his family, to his official swearing-in ceremony. Deputy Chief Koster is a 27-year veteran of the South Holland Police Department. And let me give a shout out right now to all of those South Holland police officers back there for making his thing. Deputy Chief Koster brings a wealth of law enforcement experience to the town of Winfield. He recently served as a detective lieutenant in charge at South Holland's Investigation Division. His previous assignments include service as a patrol officer, a detective, a juvenile officer, and a patrol division supervisor. He has also held the position of assistant commander and sniper team leader for the South Suburban Emergency Response Team. Deputy Chief Koster holds a Bachelor's of Arts degree in criminal justice from Governor State University and has completed police supervisory training at Northwestern University. He is a certified emergency medical technician and is a licensed FAA remote pilot drone operator. Deputy Chief Koster holds multiple professional accreditations that include field training officer, firearms instructor, less lethal force instructor, firearms armorer and evidence technician, a computer crimes investigator, a stock to bleed instructor, and has multiple FBI SWAT certifications. Todd and his wife Dawn are here tonight. They're Crown Point residents and have 4 children and a granddaughter. And what I said about how we're going to celebrate all 3 of these, Chief Koster retired from the South Holland Police Department on Friday, August 8th. He got hired by Winfield Police on Monday, August 11th, and at that time also received his promotion to deputy chief on the very same day. Quite an accomplishment, all in a long weekend. Welcome, Chief Koster. Happy to have you on board. We'll do a swearing-in ceremony real quick.
Right there, right in the middle, right in front of the Winfield sign. Flip back. Tim, flip your mic around.
Come out there.
You have a picture?
Oh, okay. Yes, Like a photo out there, so.
Sir, are you prepared to take your oath?
I am.
Please raise your right hand. I, Todd Coster,
I, Todd Coster,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support and uphold the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and affirm the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
as well as the community that I serve.
as well as the community that I serve.
I will faithfully and impartially
I will faithfully and impartially
discharge my duties as a police officer
discharge my duties as a police officer
to the best of my skill and ability
to the best of my skill and ability
in my capacity as Deputy Chief for the town of Winfield, Indiana.
in my capacity as a deputy chief for the town of Winfield, Indiana.
On my honor,
On my honor,
I will never betray my badge,
I will never betray my badge,
my integrity,
my integrity,
my character,
my character,
or the public trust.
or the public trust.
I will always have the courage
I will always have the courage
to hold myself and others
to hold myself and others
accountable for our actions.
accountable for our actions.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Real quick, if I can get the South Highland PD crew up there with them for a quick picture. And we'll get going with the rest.
Thanks, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Come on up there.
Roll back.
I did. Probably,
Takes us back. South
Come
Hall.
on around here, guys.
We're around South Hall, but really,
They did put it back, so.
We almost threw him in a car.
Is that the last official request for them?
We'll see how his probation goes.
Might be a Google race on there, you can race it out.
You can, I delete people out of my pictures all the time. Remove object.
The new one's really good, yeah.
Thank you all,
Congrats. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Thank you for letting us share it with them.
Yes, sir.
Glad you made it.
Congratulations.
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 Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
The one thing I'll add to that, thank you, Chief, and welcome, Deputy Chief. This is, your hiring, I think, is part of our restructure that's been fairly public. You know, like I mentioned to Mrs. McNamara, we are focused on public safety, and we're glad to have you here. We think you're going to be a good addition to the team. I think it's going to be good to have somebody kind of in the middle with your level of experience to help guide the younger officers that we have as we continue to add officers and grow the department, which is, you know, the council's goal. So that's it. I appreciate you being here, and I'm glad you are joining the team.
Thanks for the opportunity, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, on to staff reports. Nick?
As you can see, the clerk's office is nearly complete. There's going to be some cleaning going on tomorrow, furniture assembly soon after, and we can schedule to get Mike and his team moved over. So it's coming soon, Michael. Chili on it, that's all I got.
All right. How long do you think it'll be?
3 weeks,
Okay. So a month or so, though.
realistically.
Okay. Perfect.
I would tell you next week, but it won't be next week.
No, they still gotta move computers and we gotta get it set up for all the electronic stuff.
Okay.
And I'm sure Tony's guys will be hard at work assembling furniture here next week.
Very good.
As long as I'm ready for item.
You're up, Tony.
Yeah, good evening. Our guys are still currently doing the normal civil tasks, mowing, street sweeping, all that kind of stuff. We're also getting ready for an IDEM inspection coming up on September 3rd, where they're gonna inspect the facility out there, look for any problems we might have. I've been doing a lot of housekeeping out there, getting containment for all of our drums and our barrels and all that stuff. since major construction's complete, we're able to get out back in the yard, get things straightened up and get things back in order. You know, so hopefully here within and then I should be getting quotes from the underground piping that I'm doing that for the downspouts and the parking drainage. I should have, at the next meeting, I should have 3 quotes. So then we'll have to act on that. That's about it, guys.
Sounds good. Thank you, Tony. Chief Byrd?
You know, this past month, everybody's been working hard, staying busy, doing a great job out there. Just one thing real quick. Last week, we have a contract, if you will, a subscription with the Northwest Regional SWAT Team. It's an annual subscription. We've used them in the past. They're an on-call unit of very talented SWAT operators. They handle the likes of active shooters, hostage situations, barricaded gunmen, and high-risk warrant service. Aaron Antmeyer was the commander of the team, and he passed away during a hockey game in St. John. He's a former Gary officer, Dyer police officer, and was working as a St. John officer and commander of the SWAT team. We attended both the visitation and the funeral services for Officer Antmeyer, and we just want to officially recognize his family, the St. John Police Department, and the Northwest Regional SWAT Team, and our condolences to them in their loss. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. I think the council, I think everybody up here shares in that sentiment. It's, you know, you and I know this, but it was disheartening waking up the next day and seeing all my law enforcement friends. It was everybody. Every cop I knew was posting about him. And so I think that shows the sentiment of, you know, people in the community who have worked with him and known him for years, you know, including you and all the officers. So I appreciate you, you know, bringing that up. All right, Chief Firma.
You should have the call numbers for last month.
Excuse me. Kevin, can you come to the podium, please?
Oh, yeah, with the recording.
The recordings don't pick up out there in the audience. Thank you. Thought for future reference.
All right. You should have the calls from last month. That was a total of 156. 73 of those were within the town. Just to add that, you know, we're in towards the end of August at this point, since we added the increased staffing this year. I am working on those reports to actually get you all that data. That will show our mutual aid has dropped tremendously.
That's good.
Which is a positive. And it's also helped with our response time. So a little bit of increase has gone pretty far.
Good.
So far for equipment, where we're at this year, everything's been done as far as maintenance. The newest pickup that we had, I think late January, early February, just got put into service about a month ago. So far that's been going well. We still have 2 people enrolled in the academy that started in July. They're expected to graduate 2 weeks before Christmas. So far they're doing pretty well. We're finishing out doing a lot of our mutual aid training. We still have this month and next month where we have a few planned that are out of the area. We had a pretty successful one with Hobart recently with their house that they had acquired on 30. We were able to spend a lot of time there and get some real life scenarios put in that normally we don't get the opportunity to do. So if you know of anybody, Nick, that might be getting rid of some old houses, we're interested.
I'll keep you in mind.
All right. We still are doing CPR classes. Upon request, we try to obtain at least a minimum of 6 people to make the class kind of viable. We do have a summer class scheduled for December. I sent the invite to Chief Byrd on that. Hopefully we can get some officers maybe to join us with doing that. We're hosting it. It's a night in December and then a Saturday morning. Total of like a 8 to 10 hour class. That's kind of initial actions for searches. So it should be a pretty good program. As Chief Byrd already mentioned, the passing of Officer Antmeyer, We were able to actually send an ambulance out to the town of St. John on Monday and Tuesday to cover their town for their staffing. So they were able to attend both the wake the whole day and the services on Tuesday. Thankfully, we were able to get some additional people to come in to staff our third ambulance and cover their town from about 8 to 8 during the day.
Good. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we put it out and we got a bunch of people that wanted to jump on it, so thankfully we were able to do that. So far, we're kind of wrapping up fundraising for this year. The golf outing was a pretty good success. Our next one's scheduled for July 10th next year, already on the books. We plan to be at the Winfield Fest. We have our fire department open house is scheduled Sunday, October 5 from noon until 4. We'll have some different games for kids, some food trucks, demonstrations, and if weather permitting, possibly a helicopter, or maybe even 2 during that timeline. Once it gets closer, we'll be able to get that confirmed. Other than that, I think that's all I had. Questions?
There you go.
One quick question. You mentioned CPR classes. Is there a
Yes.
cost to that?
$30 a person.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On to unfinished deferred business. Update on 2024 109th and Green Place.
I did my final walkthrough and found a couple unresolved items, and I passed that list on to Milestone, and they'll be resolving those.
You know when?
Hopefully soon.
Like this week soon, or like a month soon?
Within the next month.
Okay.
Well, I see a whole bunch of payments.
That's a different project.
Oh, well, doesn't matter, it's still them. So I'm assuming might we have a change and everything else related to that if they were not to fix it.
Yeah, and we actually had a discussion with them. The longer it takes for them to get done, the longer they're on the hook for the project, so.
Okay.
Yeah, they still haven't released the project. We haven't accepted the project as released from them, so I guess technically it's still under a warranty.
Perfect. That means Sean
We
can go find more
encourage them to
stuff.
finish quickly.
Sean should go out there again, do another, well, anyway.
All right. Update on 2024 CCMG.
That project will be able to be closed out with Milestone as soon as we get all of the items that are further down on the agenda. And then I'll need to do some paperwork to get it closed out with NDOT within the next month.
Okay. Sounds good. 2025?
That one's underway. They've got the majority of the concrete work done, and they've actually milled a lot of the roads and have started paving in the trees.
Have you guys been out there kind of regularly? Because and I know we talked about this with staff, but we're getting a lot of calls about the work being done in there.
We've had a crew out there with them, and
Okay.
we've been trying to work our way through the complaints as well that the town has been receiving.
Okay. Has it been effective, you guys being out there to monitor or at least provide real-time feedback? Or has it really, is there anything we need to be doing to help, I guess?
So I think we're doing what we can.
Okay.
It's just they have their ways.
Okay.
Doesn't matter, if it's not gonna resolve the complaints, then we need to change their ways. Their ways might not be the right way.
All right. Moving on to appointment of Park Impact Fee Committee members. Nick?
This is, as you know, we're updating our park impact fee. We have to do it every 5 years. We've already engaged with our consultant, the Arch Group. Tagi Arshami has done the past 2. He did our original, in which we had to do the park plan update to the comp plan as a component of that, and then the update about 5 years ago So now we're ready to do the update again. These are town council president appointments to people who serve on the committee. There's 5 members.
Do you have the names, the list? I mean, do you just need me to read the
I
names
just
off?
need you to read the names
Okay.
off. Yes.
We have JT Egan.
Yes.
Who else do we have?
Pete Meloff.
Pete.
Pete has been on the past 2 park committees, so he's very familiar
That's
with
right.
the process.
And just to back up a little bit, the appointments by statute require
Construction.
yeah.
I'll-
Yeah, go ahead.
Construction background, finance background, and real estate background.
Or, it's any of those.
You have to have 3 of the 5 have to be one of those, and then you could have 1 extra of each.
So we have Pete
Round out the
Metloff.
last 2.
We have Pete Metloff, JT Egan.
Well, that's the construction, is Pete. JT's the finance guy.
Yep. Lexi Segovia is finance also. Sasso Javeski, who's a realtor. Who we're missing? And Michaels also is finance.
That's it.
Yep, it's fine. All right. Anything else from me?
I do not.
Thank you.
Just a motion. I guess there wouldn't need to be a motion.
No, it's his appointment.
There's nothing else.
It's an announcement.
There we go.
The announcement has occurred.
That's the announcement.
We are announced.
All right, thank you. We got through it. All right, moving on to new business. Consideration of ordinance 378 zone change, ag to R1, Valera Estates.
This is a petition that came through the Plan Commission. On 101st Avenue, there was basically, sometimes you end up with these in town. I kind of call them remainder parcels. It happens in ag situations primarily, where everything around it's been platted. You have this one piece that may be an odd size, it's probably zoned incorrectly, and somebody comes along and wants to build a home on it. This is one of those cases. In this case, the home was still zoned agricultural, but it had been parceled around it over the years, and it only had about 2 acres left.
Very good.
He came to the Plan Commission to make it buildable. He did get his plat approval, his primary plat approval at the last meeting. This is a zone change to kind of bring it into compliance with the zoning code for construction.
One reading.
Perfect. Thank you. I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion that we adopt ordinance number 378 in title only. An ordinance amending the town replacement zoning map, ordinance number 208-C entitled an ordinance amending town replacement zoning map, ordinance 208 entitled an ordinance establishing for the town of Winfield, Lake County, Indiana zoning districts, providing for the administration, enforcement, and amendment thereof, and adopting an initial zoning map in accordance with the provisions of IC 36-7-4, all pertaining to the amendment and replacement of the current zoning map of the town of Winfield, Lake County, Indiana, and all matters related thereto. A lot of words.
Second.
A lot of words.
We have a motion by Dave and a second by John. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Item number 2, consideration of contract for snow plowing with Midwest Enterprise Company. Tony? Or Tony?
Yep. Eberts was our contractor last year. He has merged with Midwest Enterprises, so they'll have more people, more trucks. The contract, same as it was. There wasn't any increase, you see, Nick?
There's no change.
There's no change. So, I mean, I'd look forward to you guys getting that contract signed for me so I can get it off there.
Very good.
Make a motion that we approve the contract for 2025 snow removal, 2025-2026, needed, with Midwest Enterprise Company, Inc. So you have an amount in here? Forgot what it is. I think it's just by the hour.
Hourly rate.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's sort of a
Yeah,
monthly retainer of $1,000, and then the hourly rate.
140 and 240, I think it is. So I'll amend my motion to include the 1,000 retainer and the hourly rates of 140 and for the truck, and $240 for the wheel loader.
Motion by Dave,
I'll second that motion.
second by John. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Consideration of engagement with Crow for financial and municipal advisory services. Crow is the town's municipal advisor. They advise on general financial things, budgeting, planning, projecting out, our finances, and this is just a renewal of that service. I'll entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the engagement letter with Crow for financial and municipal advisory services.
A motion by Tim,
I'll second it.
second by Dave. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Can we do 4 and 5 together?
You can.
Okay. Items 4 and 5, we have consideration of pay application 17 and 18 to Hassey Construction, one for $253,075 and one for $147,156. These are recommendations from the sewer board.
Make a motion that we approve pay application 17 and 18 for the stated amounts.
Second.
A motion by Dave and a second by John. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item number 6, consideration of pay invoice to Milestone Contractors for $3,876.46 for CCMG projects.
So this one's a little bit of a formality. It was actually paid back in January. It was a change order that you guys approved in January. And we had a bunch of invoices in that January meeting, and it accidentally got paid with those invoices. So it was for storm sewer. They had to do some extra work. So that's why there was a change order.
Very good. Entertain a motion?
I'll make a motion that we pay invoice number 248015-034 to Milestone Contractors for the 2024 CCMG Road project to install storm sewer inlets on Pike Street in the amount of $3,876.46.
Second.
Motion by Tim, second by John. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item number 7, consideration of change order number 4, Milestone for 2024 CCMG.
So this is a change order to balance the final quantities of the project, and it's a reduction of the overall contract price by the amount of $347,018.15, and then it also extends the contract time to get us through the meeting and get everything closed out with Milestone.
Very good.
Well, it's not a credit, like it says in here, it's a reduction.
Offset.
Do we have to do anything to accept the reduction?
Just accept it.
It is a reduction?
You're just accepting the balancing change order to lower the contract amount.
Right. I'll make a motion that we accept the change order number 4 for the credit of $347.18 for the quantity balancing.
I'll second that.
Motion by Dave, second by John. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item number 8.
Well, 8 through the end can
yeah,
be done
8
at
through
once.
15?
8, yeah, through 15.
So you can just read it and then we can so move it.
All right, yeah. Item number 8, consideration of, we're going to take these in omnibus. Consideration of pay application number 5 to Milestone for 2024 CCMG in the amount of $22,527.26. Item number 9, consideration of pay application number 5 to Milestone for 2024 CCMG. David, I need just procedurally, do you need me to say the street or does it make a difference?
Well, it would be helpful for identification.
That's kind of what I was,
Yeah, street.
as I'm going through, I realize that, so. Item number 8 is for Pike Street South. Item number 9, pay application number 5, 2024 CCMG to Milestone is for Pike Street North in the amount of $22,739.46. Item number 10 is consideration of pay application number 5 for 2024 CCMG to Milestone for Park Street in the amount of $6,915.65. Item number 11, consideration of pay application number 5 for 2024 CCMG to Milestone for Newton Avenue in the amount of $10,461.72. Item number 12, consideration of pay application number 5 for 2024 CCMG to Milestone for 108th Avenue in the amount of $13,558.94. Item number 13, consideration of pay application number 5, 2024 CCMG to Milestone for paving on 106th Avenue in the amount of $6,837.42. Item 14, consideration of pay application number 5, 2024 CCMG to Milestone for 112th Avenue in the amount of $7,732.88. And item 15 is consideration of pay application number 5, 2024 CCMG to Milestone for County Line Road in the amount of $15,692.42.
And Zach, just so it's clear, the reason why they're broken up that way is because for the CCMG work, they all have to be tracked individually.
That's kind of okay. Thank you for clarifying that. You weren't just making paperwork to make me read?
That's why I said it, so you, Sean and I were just trying to make you read.
I appreciate that.
And this is for the seating, and then it cleans up. There were some rounding errors and other clerical errors that we found, just minor sense here and there. And then it releases the retainage for each street.
Very good.
It closes out the project.
Yes.
With Milestone.
Like a motion, Zach?
I would like one, please.
So moved.
Motion by Dave,
Second.
second by Tim. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. All right, anybody wishing to speak on an agenda item? Public comment? So you would have to wait this whole time, and then, you did anyway, though.
You know what? This is nothing new to me. Totally fine.
All right, seeing nobody, we're going to move on to the treasurer's report. Mike?
Good evening. For your consideration, review, and approval, we have 10 pages of claims in the aggregate amount of $386,486.01.
I'll make a motion that we pay the claims in the amount of $386,486.01.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion by Tim and a second by John. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Our next meeting will be Tuesday, September 23rd at 7 p.m.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.